नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, just some very conquest. One should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayan, unto Nar Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the place of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. अष्टभ्रायेषु अद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. By regular attendance to the classes on the Bhagavatam, our attending service to the pure devotee, all that disturbance of the heart is almost completely destroyed. A loving service on the personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental songs is established as an irrevocable fact. Om Ajnana-Dirimantasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the thought of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto them. Jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So welcome to today's Bhagavatam class. First of all, I want to thank the management for giving me this opportunity. So today we will be discussing ninth canto, and which is the name is Liberation, and the ninth chapter, which is the name is the Dynasty of Amshuman. And I would like to take blessings of Maharaj and all the devotees and permission to start today's lecture. So today we will be discussing about the chapter 9, but if we can take the summary, if anyone wants to give us a small summary before we start this chapter, because the chapter 8 and chapter 9 are like part 1 and part 2, so they are interrelated, that's why. Would anyone like to give summary? Anyone? Someone? No one? Okay, then I will give you. So chapter 8, the name of the chapter is The Sons of Sagar Meet Kapila Muni. So once upon a time, there was in Rohita dynasty, there was a very nice king named Vrika, and he was very disturbed by his enemies. So one day he decided that he will left his home and decided to go to forest and live there with his wife. So there also he was very disturbed by his enemies, and one day he died, and same like the husband died, so his wife was so in love with him, so she also decided that she will also die. But a sage named Orva Muni, he came and he asked her that you should not die because you are pregnant, so please don't get die. So one day when the child was born, that child was named Sagar. So King Sagar was born, and to take the revenge for his father, Sagar asked the Orva Muni, Prabhuji, what should I do? Then he said that do the Ashwamedh Yagnas, because that by doing this Yagna, like even Bali Maharaj was trying to get the position of Indra, and you can become so powerful. So he decided that he will start the Yagna. Ashwamedh Yagna means sacrifice of horses, and he decided that he starts. And when he was going to start, Indra found that he is going to do the Ashwamedh Yagna, and he saw that he is getting powerful now. So he got very scared. So one day he decided that he will steal the horse of the King Sagar. So before starting the Yagna, the horse was stolen, and King Sagar had around 60,000 sons. So he asked everyone to go and find that horse. And one day they found that horse was near the Kapila Muni, because Indra was very scared of that king. So that's why he hid it near the Kapila Muni, who was very deep in meditation. And when the sons found that the horse is near the Kapila Muni's hut, so they went there and they accused him that you stole our father's horse and we need that. And Kapila Muni was like, what horse? I don't even know what are you talking about. So they accused him, and they even tried to attack Kapila Muni. But Kapila Muni is an incarnation of the Lord Krishna, and when they were trying to attack him, just by the glance of Kapila Muni, he just by his glance, all the sons were died and they were burned into ashes. And after that, yesterday Maharaj told us about the one of the son of Sagar from his another wife Keshini, and she told that get your son and ask her to propose a prayer to Kapila Muni so that we can get our ancestors back and they get delivered. So one day he went. Asmanjas had a son named Amshuman, whom we are going to talk about today. So Amshuman went to Kapila Muni's hut. He offered prayers, and Kapila Muni got pleased, and he decided to give the horse back. But Amshuman stayed there for a while. So he asked, like, why are you here still? I gave you the horse. He said, I also want to deliver my forefathers because of by your glance they got burned into ashes, and the ashes went to the even the hellish planets. So he asked, like, what should I do? So Kapila Muni said, only the water of river Ganga, if it comes on the earth. At that time, the river Ganga was not there. So he said that if you bring the river Ganga, then only your forefathers can get delivered. So he decided that he circumvented Kapila Muni and he went back to his father's place, and King Sagar did the Ashwamedh Yagna and he became very nice king. And after that, he gave the whole dynasty to Amshuman. And so this chapter is called the dynasty of Amshuman. So now we will be reading today first 15 verses and we will be focusing on verse number 6. So we can start from first verse.
Sukadev Goswami continued. King Amshuman, like his grandfather, performed austerities for a very long time. Nonetheless, he could not bring the Ganges to this material world, and thereafter, in due course of time, he died.
Like Amshuman himself believed, his son was unable to bring the Ganges to this material world, and he also became a victim of death in due course of time. Then Dilip's son Bhagirath performed very severe austerities to bring the Ganges to the material world.
Thereafter, Mother Ganges appeared before King Bhagirath and said, I am very much satisfied with your austerities and now prepared to give you benedictions as you desire. Being thus addressed by Ganga Devi, Mother Ganges, the king bowed his head before her and explained his desire.
Mother Ganges replied, when I fall from the sky to the surface of the planet Earth, the water will certainly be very forceful. Who will sustain that force? If I am not sustained, I shall pierce the surface of the earth and go down to Ratsala, the Patala area of the universe.
O king, I do not wish to go down to the planet Earth, for there the people in general will bathe in my water to cleanse themselves of the reactions of their sinful deeds. When all these sinful reactions accumulate in me, how shall I become free from them? You must consider this very carefully.
Please read a little louder.
Sarthak.
Text 6. Bhagirath said, those who are saintly because of devotional service and are therefore in the renounced order, free from material desires, or who are pure devotees, expert in following the regulative principles mentioned in the Vedas, are always glorious and pure in behavior and are able to deliver all fallen souls. When such pure devotees bathe in your water, the sinful reactions accumulated from other people will certainly be counteracted. For such devotees always keep in the core of their hearts the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can vanquish all sinful reactions.
Like a cloth woven of threads extending for its length and breadth, this entire universe, in all its latitude and longitude, is situated under different potencies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is the incarnation of the Lord, and thus he represents the super soul and the embodied soul. He can sustain your forceful waves on his head.
After saying this, Bhagirath satisfied Lord Shiva by performing austerities. O King Parikshit, Lord Shiva was very quickly satisfied with Bhagirath.
When King Bhagirath approached Lord Shiva and requested him to sustain the forceful waves of the Ganges, Lord Shiva accepted the proposal by saying, let it be so. Then, with great attention, he sustained the Ganges on his head. for the water of the Ganges is purifying, having emanated from the toes of Lord Vishnu.
Bhagirath mounted. The great
10.
The great and saintly King Bhagirath brought the Ganges, which can deliver all the fallen souls, to that place on earth where the bodies of his forefathers lay burned to ashes.
Bhagiratha mounted a swift chariot and drove before Mother Ganges, who followed him, purifying many countries, until they reached the ashes of Bhagiratha's forefather and the sons of Sagara, who were thus sprinkled with water from the Ganges.
Text 12. Because the sons of Sagar Maharaj had offended a great personality, the heat of their bodies had increased, and they were burnt to ashes. But simply by being sprinkled with water from the Ganges, all of them became eligible to go to the heavenly planets. What then is to be said of those who use the water of Mother Ganges to worship?
Simply by having water from the Ganges come in contact with the ashes of their burnt bodies, the sons of Sagar Maharaj were elevated to the heavenly planets. Therefore, what is to be said of a devotee who worships Mother Ganges faithfully with a determined vow? One can only imagine the benefit that accrues to such a devotee.
Because Mother Ganges emanates from the lotus toe of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ananta Deva, she is able to liberate one from material bondage. Therefore, whatever is described here about her is not at all wonderful. Great cities completely freed from material lusty desires, devote their minds fully to the service of the Lord. Such persons are liberated from material bondage without difficulty, and they became transcendently situated, acquiring the spiritual quality of the Lord. This is the glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Jai. So we'll be focusing on the verse number 6. Shri Bhagirat Uvacha Sadhavo Nyasina Santa Brahmistha Loka Pavanaha Haranti Agamte Naga Sangat Teshva Aste Hi Agha Bittarihi
Shri Bhagirata Uvacha
Shri Bhagirata Uvacha
Sadhavon Yasina Shanta
Sadhavon Yasina Shanta
Brahmishta Loka Pavana.
It's Pavana. It's a long A. You don't say Pavana.
Haranti Agamte Naga Sangat
Haranti
Agamte Naga Sangat
Teshva Aste Aga Vittari
Teshva Aste Aga Vittari
Shri Bhagirata Uvacha
Shri Bhagirata Uvacha
Sadhavanyasina Shanta
Sadhavanyasina Shanta
Brahmishta Loka Pavana
Brahmishta Loka Pavana
Harante Agamte Naga Sangha
Harante
Agamte Naga Sangha
Teshvaste Hyagapitari
Teshvaste Hyagapitari
Shri Bhagiratha Uvacha
Shri Bhagiratha Uvacha
Sadhavo Nyasina Shanta
Sadhavo Nyasina Shanta
Brahmistha Loka Pavana
Brahmistha Loka Pavana
Haranti Agamte Naga Sangat
Haranti Agamte Naga Sangat
Teshvaste hi Agabedhari
Teshvaste Hyagapitari
Shri Bhagiratha Uvacha
Shri
Bhagiratha Uvacha
Sadhavo Nyasina Santa.
Sadhavo Nyasina Santa.
All together. Brahmishta Loka Pavanaha Haranti Agam Te Naga Sangha Teshvasaste Yagat Vitali. Synonyms all together, please. Shri Bhagirath Uvacha. Bhagirath said, Sadhavaha, saintly person, Nyasinaha, sannyasi, peaceful, free from material disturbances, Brahmishta,
Expert in following the regulated principles of Vedic procedures, Lokapavana, who are engaged in preventing the entire world from fallen conditions, Haranti, shall remove, Agam,
reactions of sinful life,
Te, of you, are the Ganges, Angasanga, by bathing in the Ganges water, Teshu, within themselves, Ashte, there is, He,
indeed, Agam, the Supreme Personality who can vanquish all sinful activities. Hari! Translation altogether. Bhagirath said, those who are saintly because of devotional service and therefore in the renounced order, free from material desires, who are pure devotees, expert in following the regulative principles mentioned in the Vedas, are always glorious and pure in behavior and are able to deliver all fallen souls. When such pure devotees bathe in your water, the supreme actions committed from other people will certainly be counteracted. For such devotees, always keep in the core of their hearts the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can vanquish all sinful reactions. Who would like to read purport? Yes, ma'am.
Mother Ganges is available to everyone for bathing. Therefore, not only will sinful persons bathe in the Ganges water, but in Haridwar, other holy places where the Ganges flow. Saintly persons and devotees will also bathe in the water of Ganges. Devotees and saintly persons advanced in the renounced order can deliver even the Ganges. Tirtha Kurvanti Tirthani, Shantavasthani Gadabrita. Because saintly persons always keep the Lord within the core of their hearts, they can perfectly cleanse the holy places of all sinful reactions. Therefore, people in general must always respectfully honor saintly persons. It is ordered that as soon as one sees a Vaishnava or even a sannyasi, one should immediately offer respects to such a holy man. If one forgets to show respect in this way, one must observe a fast for that day. This is a Vedic injunction. One must be extremely careful to refrain from committing offenses at the lotus feet of a devotee or saintly person.
Himashwara.
There are methods of parachita,
Pra-
atonement, but they are inadequate to cleanse one of sinful reactions. One can be cleansed of sinful reactions only by devotional service. As stated in regard to the history of the Jamila,
Kechir Kevalya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana Agandurvanti Kanchanya Nihara Iva Bhaskara.
only a rare person who has adopted complete unalloyed devotional service to Krishna can uproot the deeds of sinful actions with no possibility that they will revive. He can do this simply by discharging devotional service, just as the sun can immediately dissipate fog by its rays. If one is under the protection of a devotee and sincerely renders service unto him, by this process of bhakti yoga, one is certainly able to counteract all sinful reactions.
Jai.
Jai Ho.
So in this verse we found that till 1 to 15 shlokas it is mentioned the first part I mentioned before, that how Anshuman was told that only the Mother Ganges water can deliver all his forefathers, and that following the orders like following the instruction of Kapiladev Muni, he starts the austerity, but unfortunately he just like his father also, he also dies. And just like this is a picture of how the Kapiladev Muni, just by his glance, all the sons of Sagar got burned. And then it is mentioned that in this chapter, so first Amshuman starts the austerity and penance to satisfy Mother Ganga, but he fails. And then there is his son, he also fulfills his desire and he starts austerity. Dilip, he also fails. And the third son, the one we are talking about today, Bhagirath, he also does the penance and austerity to satisfy Mother Ganga. But fortunately, he gets successful and Mother Ganges gets pleased with him. And then Amshuman starts the prayer, and then he gives the prayer, and then Ganga gives some like express some fear of crashing, that it's the flow of the Ganga is so fast that it can go till the Patal Lok, and she doesn't want to get till there. And she was saying that it might destroy the earth also. So what can she do? Because Mother Ganga, it emanates from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, toe of Lord Vishnu, and then it goes to till the heavenly penance. And then that's why she was concerned that if that is a great flow, that what will happen. So she gives a very nice answer that if Bhagirath can do again austerity and penance to satisfy Lord Shiva, who is here is represented, that he can take the charge of the medium to bring the Ganga to the earth. And he proposed that Lord Shiva, and he's being the very merciful. He is known as Ashutosh. In the one of the purport is mentioned that he gets very quickly satisfied with the austerities. So he got satisfied and decided that he will take charge of Mother Ganga. And after to fulfill the plan, then Lord Shiva comes, and that the Ganges descended on the earth. And before, you might have seen the pictures of Lord Shiva, that with Lord Shiva used to keep his hair open, but after this pastime, Lord Shiva kept the hair matted, if as you can see in the picture. So, and in that mat, he keeps the Mother Ganga, and so that it flows very slowly and doesn't get the great flow. And that after that, it at last it reached to the Bhagirath forefathers, and as Mother Ganga mentioned that only that way is possible. And Kapila Muni said that after just by touch the water of Mother Ganga, it's so pure that it came from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. They got delivered, and the sons of Sagar, they also got purified, and they all rose to heaven just by her touch. And even today, if you have seen in India, like Prabhupada mentioned, like Haridwar and other holy places, there also people take the ashes of their father or any relatives, and they pour them into Mother Ganga, because they still believe that it can deliver to their forefathers. And from this pastime only that whole process started. And after this pastime, we have a very holy river in this world, like Mother Ganga. She came, and Mother Ganga is so merciful. And even in the pastimes of Gaur Leela also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even Advaita Acharya, when he was praying to Lord to come to this earth and take the conditioned souls and give them mercy. So he kept the water of Ganga and offered tulsi leaves to his shaligram and prayed on the banks of Ganga that please Lord come. And just by satisfied his prayers, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this earth. And not only that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had so many pastimes, like water sport pastimes, just like Krishna had with his sakhas in Yamuna. Same as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had so many pastimes in there, in Ganga also. And even today also, like just last year we had, last 2-3 months ago we had a Mahakumbh also. So it is believed that on the lunar eclipse, like when it happens, that it is very auspicious that we can take a dip and we can get our sins get purified. But but we have seen like so many ways that there people goes, and then so many people went there. And even today also many people follows this, and they go today also in the river Ganga and take dip, so that they believe that their sins are freed from the sinful reactions, and they get mercy of the Lord. And after these pastimes, there were so many like key names. So after these pastimes, the Mother Ganges was known as Vishnupati, which means flowing from Lord Vishnu's lotus feet onto. And it also she is also known as Mandakini, which means that her name went in the heavenly realm. So when Mother Ganga flows in heavenly planets, she's known as Mandakini, and when she flows in on the mother on earth, then she's known as Ganga. And after this pastime, it was because Bhagirath did all the austerity and penance to please Mother Ganga, and he brought the Mother Ganga to earth. So after that, she was named as Bhagirathi, and in the hellish planets, she's known as Bhagirathi also. And the reason that she's flowing that in the all three worlds, like heavenly planets, middle like earth and the hellish planets, she is known as Tripadaga, like which means one who flows in the three worlds, heaven, earth, and the subterranean region. And Lord Shiva, he also got the name Gangadhar because he was the bearer of Ganga on his head. And the reason why Lord Shiva he agreed in the first place because the river water of the Ganga, it came from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. And for devotees, and when we say that Shiva is the Param Vaishnava, and who can, like if you're a devotee of Lord Vishnu, who can neglect the opportunity to get the Charanamrita of Lord Vishnu? So even today, like in the morning program also Mangal Arti, anytime like in the Guru Vanda also, whenever we get the water which is offered to Prabhupada or our deities, we take water and they put on our head because it's a very holy water for us. And the same like even the flower or anything because it's offered to Krishna or our gurus, so it is very auspicious and very nice for us. So in the same way we in the Lord Shiva also took it, and he also took care of this, just like the pastime we had in 8th canto of the churning of the ocean milk. There also he got opportunity that Lord Vishnu they did the churning of the ocean, and they wanted the nectar, but in the first place it came the poison. So Lord Shiva also came there and took the opportunity to take the poison because he said that I am getting the service opportunity, so I will do it. So he did that also. In that pastime he got the name Nilkant, and in this pastime he got the name Gangadhar. And in today's verse we discussed that Bhagirath said, those who are saintly because of devotional service and are therefore in the renounced order, free from material desires, and who are pure devotees, expert in following the regulative principles mentioned in the Vedas, are always glorious and pure in behavior, and are able to deliver all fallen souls. When such pure devotees bathe in your water, the sinful reactions accumulated from other people we certainly will counteracted. For such devotees always keep in the core of their hearts the Supreme Personality of Godhead who can vanquish all sinful reactions. So why Bhagirath is saying this? Because Mother Ganges was worrying about her holy water because so many sinful people come and then they put their sinful deeds all that and they remove all the sinful reactions. So she was saying that this is the only way. People will come, they will do sinful activities and they come here and get purified. So she was very much worried about this. But Bhagirath said that people who are very saintly and who are into devotional service, they don't think of the such activities and they go directly and do devotional service, which is the bhakti. It is mentioned here. And when they do bhakti and they can just by their association and by their words, they can deliver all fallen souls. And also like when pure devotees bathe in that waters of Ganges also and even other waters, their sinful reaction are get destroyed just by their places, because whenever a saintly person, it is mentioned in Bhagavatam, in many other scriptures, that when a saintly person wherever he walks, it becomes a dhan. So there are so many examples of that, and same Prabhupada mentions this verse from the purport also, and there is a similar verse in the first canto also, that in the translation it is mentioned that, O Sutta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the water of the Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. That even by just the touch of this pure devotee, by just their association and by just their words and by their service, we can get purified, because they keep the Krishna within their heart and they always are busy in the devotional service of the Lord. So there are so many examples in the scriptures, in our real life also, and our pastimes also of Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So can anyone give any examples, like who were the like pure devotees who went to the place and they make the holy place more holy? Some examples are like that, and all the places that were not very sinful reactions and they were very sinful, but they went there and they made into dham. Yes, sir.
Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, and who was one of them? Any other examples?
Yesterday I was reading a quote from Sri Prabhupada, and there is a temple in Mumbai. So he said, Bombay is Govardhan, and Govardhan is Bombay. Yes, where are the temples and where is established by Sri Prabhupada, that is like not different from the Greek.
Okay. Any other examples of any pure devotee or devotees? I can give one. I can give one hint. It's from Gaur Lila, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Lila. And that set of devotees, they went to one place and they made the place more holy.
The Goswamis, when they went to Vrindavan.
Yes, thank you, Raghu. So it is mentioned, the verse I mentioned earlier, this verse, and this verse is similar. And this verse is mentioned 3 times. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the devotees, all the associates, they used to glorify 6 Goswamis of their work in Vrindavan, and that how they give the so much scriptures to us. And it is mentioned here that saints of this verse was actually told by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Vidura, because he renounced everything, and then he glorified Vidura by this verse. And this is the same verse used by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also and Goswamis also to glorify the pure devotees. So it is mentioned that saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. So today, in today's days, we can say we have seen so many temples in Vrindavan. If you have heard of the name of Radha Raman Temple, Radha Madan Mohan Temple, Radha Govind Temple, Radha Gokulanand Temple, and even the disciple of Gopal Bhatt Goswami. There was so many disciples, and they found so many holy places in that, like Keshi Ghat, Prem Sarovar, Vamshi Ghat, and also even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went for the first time, he rediscovered the Radha Kund because it was disappeared from that place. So pure devotees, they went to the holy dhams like Vrindavan, and they made the place more holy just by their presence and by their words and association. And so many Goswami gave so many scriptures also, like Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, and Updeshamrita, Hari Bhakti Vilas. So many scriptures they gave us so that we can devote this. And there were so many temples I mentioned that, and from one of the temple was Radha Damodar temple, and as Model Prabhu mentioned, Srila Prabhupada is one of them who came from that temple, and he came to the West, and he was so merciful that he took the message of and he followed the footsteps of Goswamis of Vrindavan, and he came to the West. And it is mentioned here that Srila Prabhupada was so pure that just being near him made people feel uplifted. His presence and teachings washed away negativity and devotion in the Western world. Because he carried Krishna in his heart, everything he touched became sacred, and wherever he went, that place became a holy place, Dham. So Srila Prabhupada, he came to the West, and even if you see like today, like when he came, there was nothing. Like there were so many sinful people here. It is mentioned as hippies also were there, and people were mentioned. Prabhupada mentioned that we should do 4 regular principles, and here it was the rule that we should not follow all the 4 regular principles, and we were doing all the sinful activities here. So Srila Prabhupada personally came to this place, and he delivered all the conditioned souls. And even in Guru Vanda, we saying that Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana, he is the carrier of the fallen souls. And it is mentioned here also that when he came, because he carried Krishna in his heart, everything he touched became sacred, and wherever he went, that place became a holy place. If you go to New York today, like before 50-60 years ago, if you go to New York, there won't be anything. There will be like pubs, restaurants, everything like that. There won't be any temple. But now if you go to New York, if you go to Canada, if you go to Australia, there are dhams like New Vrindavan Dham, New Dwarka Dham, New Ramuna Dham. Even Srila Prabhupada came here and made this place very holy, and he gave this temple a name, New Ramana Dham, because it's a word of Shri Shri Radha Kirshor Gopinath. And many places like in India also he gave so many temples. Like when he was present on this earth, he gave so much instructions, he gave so much teachings, and he gave the very most beautiful thing in the world, that is love of Krishna. And not only that, he gave it is mentioned that if you want love of Krishna, you should worship Radharani. If you want to get love of Radharani, you should worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you want to get love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you should worship Nityanand Prabhu. And if you want to get love of all of them, you just surrender to Srila Prabhupada, and you will get all of them. And there are so many examples of that. And it is mentioned that if here in this picture you can see that on the left side it is a Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj with Srila Prabhupada, and they are walking on the banks of Ganga in Mayapur, in Navadvip Mayapur. So it was mentioned that in this first time Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj was mentioning that whenever we went for Japa walk, so whenever we go to Mayapur also, they used to go there and take darshans of Ganga, and Srila Prabhupada used to say like, let's take a dip and pay obeisances to Mother Ganga, because it was so holy place, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did so many pastimes and it came from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. So he just after the japa he went and took a dip there. And it is mentioned that according to Vaishnavas, we don't need to do this, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, to remove the sinful reactions and free from this material world, just do one thing, that is
Surrender.
yes. And what's the verse of that? Yes. Yes. So in the last chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions in the verse 66 of chapter 18 that Sarva Dharmam Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayami Ma Sucha. Would anyone like to read the translation? Yes.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
So Krishna mentions here that you don't have to go to any other process of religion or anything. Just surrender unto me, and He will deliver us from all the sinful reactions, all the past misdeeds we did. Just surrender to Krishna. And in this age of Kali, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he said that you don't even need to do all the sacrifice or anything. Just do one sacrifice, that is Sankirtan Mahayagna. That's only. And it is mentioned that just by the chanting of the holy name, one can get purified and get freed from all sinful reactions. So there are so many examples in our parampara, Guru parampara also. So many were there. And today also I will give you one hint that we just mentioned his name also in one of the Prema Dhvani also. So can anyone tell us like how he got purified, and he was so pure that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that even by his association and by just being present in front of you, you can also get purified. Jai. Nice. So we say like in Prema Dhvani, Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai. So he was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, and he was given the position by Lord Chaitanya, the Namacharya, who is known as the master of chanting the holy names. He was born in a Muslim family, but still he was so spiritually elevated that even bathing in the Ganga becomes sanctified by his touch. And by just his presence, so many people got liberated and delivered, and they got the prem of Krishna Bhakti. And he used to chant around 300,000 names every day of Krishna. And there was a very, I can say, famous pastime. Like there was a pastime of Srila Haridas Thakur and the prostitute. Like once there was a king named Ramchandra Khan, and he was very envious of Haridas Thakur. And he was saying that we are giving so many respect to Haridas Thakur. Let's make him a fall down of him. So they decided that he set up a few prostitutes, and one of the prostitute said that I will finish him in just 3 days. Just give me the permission. So he said, okay, go. And one day Haridas Thakur was chanting his rounds, and the prostitute came and he said, Prabhuji, I want to. You're so beautiful. You're so young, and I think I am so eager to be united with you. So Haridas Thakur says, Okay, please have a seat. Let me finish my chanting, and then I will fulfill your desire. So we started Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he was chanting around 300,000 names, and by the ending of his chanting, it was night. So he said, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me, but I have to rest now. I have to sleep because tomorrow morning I have to wake up early for Brahma Muhurat." So prostitute was sitting here, just listen all the chanting, and then next day she again came, and again he said, "So first of all, I'm very sorry for keeping you so much waiting and for the offense if I did. But today also I have to finish my chanting. So after finish my chanting, you can do whatever you want." So he again started the chanting, and by the end of his chanting, she also sat with him, and she listened all the chanting. And the third day, again she came, and he said the same thing to her. But this time, after hearing so many times the chanting of the holy name by the mouth of Shri Haridas Thakur, she got purified, and she became a devotee, and she also started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So she gave obeisances to Haridas Thakur, and Haridas Thakur he used to chant near the Tulsi Maharani. So she also became renounced, and she removed all his. She said that just chant the holy names of the Lord, and she became a very nice devotee. And she used to stay there, and Haridas Thakur leave that place, and still there is a place in this, and the prostitute was become so devoted, and she became so detached that she shaved her head, and she used to just beg alms for the food, and she used to chant all day 300,000 names of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And there is another pastime mentioned in 10th canto, like how the words like chanting was so beautiful and so powerful that it can just what I can say, that purifies all the three worlds. So is there any pastime like in 10th canto? Like I'm sure like we haven't read that yet, but still, is there any pastime if you know that, like just by their words and by just glorification of Krishna's names and Krishna's, they had the ability to purify all the three worlds?
Did you say 10th canto?
Yes. Okay, so I'll go there. So Uddhava, when he went to, Uddhava is a cousin friend of Krishna. When he went to Vrindavan, he paid obeisances to the gopis of Vrindavan. They were just so devoted, and they are known as the Badhuri Ras. And when Uddhava got the realization that the only Krishna prema and the love of Krishna's name, pastime, form is the only thing which is required, so he gave obeisances. And here it is mentioned that he was praying to the gopis that just by the glorification of Krishna, they have the ability to purify all the three worlds. Would anyone like to read this translation? Maliru.
Yes. I repeatedly offer my respects to the dust from the feet of women of Nanda Maharaj's Kavur village. When these gopis loudly chant the glories of Sri Krishna, the vibration purifies the three worlds.
So they used to chant and they used to glorify by the words of name of Krishna, because it is mentioned that Krishna's name, form, pastime, and the Krishna himself are not different. So even if you are associating with Krishna's name and pastime, and even you are just glorifying Krishna, like we sing bhajans in our Shringar Arati, sometimes in bhajan evening, so it is not different from Krishna. So you're glorifying Krishna, and that just by their vibration, it is mentioned here that the vibration can purify the three worlds. And Uddhav became so humble, and he was so devoted that he gave respectful obeisances to the dust from the feet of the gopis. Not even the gopis, not even the feet, the dust of the feet of the gopis, because they were so elevated and they were so high. And it is mentioned that just by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and by chanting of the holiness of Krishna, we can get delivered and we can become purified from all the sinful reactions. So I would like to conclude this class by just one quote by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, would I read?
If one chants the Hare Krishna mantra offensively, then he becomes free from all contamination, especially lust, anger, and greed, which drag one into the material world.
Jai. So Srila Prabhupada gave this, came to the Western world and gave this, just stand Hare Krishna and be happy. You will get purified and you will be free from all the contamination like lust, anger and greed. So this was the last part of my this PPT, and I would to thank and forgive for if I did any offenses. If you found anything great in this discussion, then it belongs to my senior devotees, Guru, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna. And if you found anything bad, it belongs to me. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.